Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes, getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. Back again with another episode. This is your only Brewers Daily podcast, where we talk Brewers baseball every day. Yeah, that's right. First victory on a Saturday. Let's go. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about that, and then we'll get around the league. We'll talk about some of the rookies. Why I think playing in Chicago to start the season is terrible, and the effect it has on our team. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to get sharing the stream across the board. Welcome the first member, whoever you may be. If you feel like chatting, say hello. I am going to share the StreamYard link. You're welcome to come aboard if you'd like to and come on video or just audio and chat with me at any time. We are 1-1 now officially. So it's a good feeling to get that first victory. We saw a lot of good stuff. I'm going to go over the box in just a short minute here. But I'm really excited to see where we go now. Now that the season is getting started. It's exciting to talk about live Brewers baseball. That's what it comes down to. And we have a team, and I think we're going to see that more and more. I'm going to go right into the Chicago thing. I think starting in Chicago is terrible. And the reason I think starting in Chicago is terrible is we and the Cubs tend to get play bad in the cold. Like you take hitters who are hitting in 70 degrees and you bring them into the cold weather. That to me is terrible. I think it just I think when you bring these bats out of the warmth into the cold, we are just doomed for failure almost. You know, it's one of those things where they're gonna struggle, and it shows every year that this happens. I mean, we've played the last 2 years in the city of Chicago to open the season, and it sucks. It really sucks. Like I don't know. Our bats start cold, nobody's hitting, and it really pisses me off to watch like them play in Chicago. I don't know. Maybe it's just the city of Chicago I don't know. I hate to say that, but maybe that is what it is. I don't really know. Got WrestleMania tonight too. Jeez, I got a lot going on today. I'm going to a comedy show, WrestleMania tonight. Opening day Monday. Who's excited for the Brewers home opener? Who's going to be there? I'm going to be there. If you want to come see me, come stop by. Richard, welcome to the broadcast. How you doing? Feels good to get a W under our belts. How's your fantasy? Let me know in the comments. If anybody else is doing fantasy baseball, I'd love to talk fantasy baseball. We can do a fantasy baseball podcast. It's good to be back. It's good to be back playing a game, watching a game we love. I got super chills when Devin Williams got hit. That was a little nerve-wracking. We'll talk around the league in a few minutes. Let's go into the story of the game, though. So the Brewers win 3-1, and Devin Williams gets his first save. Brandon Woodruff in this game is really more of the story than I think about anything. Like, yeah, the bats are cold, but it is cold. So let's let that simmer for a minute. I mean, it's cold weather. They're getting used to it. It's not like they can play in climate-controlled Miller Park, American Family Field, whatever you want to call it. I still prefer Miller Park. There was some confusion amongst the fans. My wife made a comment on somebody, and I had to laugh. Somebody thought that Contreras was Wilson Contreras, and they're like, "Oh, he's a plant for the Cubs." Yeah, me too. It's early though. It's the bats are cold yet. Wait till the bats warm up, and then we'll see how it goes. I think I'm losing 20. I think my score is 20-100 or something like that right now. in the current matchup. But we got another, I think it's a 2-weeker. I didn't look specifically. I've been so I got sick, and like it's thrown my whole world off. I've still maintained to do the podcast and everything like that, but it really throws your world off when you get sick. But let's go back to the game. Sorry. Yeah, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. Great start for Rendon Woodruff. So I would consider that we're going to do the good, the bad, the ugly every game. So the good would be right there. Rendon Woodruff, Devin Williams had a ball bounce off of, it was like his upper shoulder on his throwing arm too. It was like right there. And see, 1/3. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Don't feel so bad. Yeah, it looked nasty, but they came out. He threw a couple. He looked okay. He felt okay. Council was pretty like, okay, you're good to go. So it was pretty good. So I would say Devin Williams is the good. I would say Contreras, that's another good. We'll take that. Jesse Winker getting the bat going. Right now we're in that stage. Everybody's kind of first hitting and stuff like that. Joey Weimer. Let's talk about Joey Weimer. Who is excited about this guy? Like, good to see. It sucks to lose Urias because I think this is Urias's year to really come back. But who knows how long he'll be out? I mean, they don't really give us hamstrings are always that tricky injury, and they have these designated time windows of how long someone's going to be out for a hamstring or any other type of injury. And it's like, it's tough. It's really tough to say, like, yeah, he's going to be out 2 weeks. He's going to be out 3 weeks, a month, So that's what we're dealing with. But we beat them with 3 runs on 6 hits. They have 1 run on 5 hits. We got no errors across the board. Pitchers are dealing. I don't know why. I was thinking this during the game. Pitchers seem to be tougher and battle cold weather better than the batters do. You look at some of these pitchers, and they go out there and they got, they're just tough. No sleeves, barely any face covering, and they're just intimidating batters. And I think a lot of that is the cold weather mentality of the game of baseball. And that happens in the postseason too. I mean, we've never made that deep of a postseason run where it really matters. Plus, we have the climate-controlled stadium. But I don't know. It's something to think about. Major League Baseball is. I wish they would consider that. But the bad. What was the bad? I think the bats just being cold is the bad of today's game. The bats are cold. They didn't carry any momentum. Let's look at Barrasso. Barrasso did not do anything today, and he was red hot in spring training. Got on base with a walk, but Willie Adames got on base with a walk, but no hits. Christian Yelich had a single, the first hit of the game. But other than that, he was cold. Contreras, of course, got the scoring going, so that's somewhat okay. I mean, you still want to see more hits. I mean, at the end of the day, we want this lineup to start churning hits, especially with the changes we made. Of course, Voit, Ofer, Tellez, Ofer. That's not good. You don't want your big boppers to go for Ofers because that's just going to be a bad slump. We did see the newcomers to the team really kind of shine today. But even like Mitchell coming in, Mitchell came in and got a walk right away. That's awesome. The bad really is the fact that a lot of these established veterans aren't doing anything. Winker was great. I mean, that was perfect. But Turing came in, scored a run. Just a lot of good stuff. It was cool to see them flop out Winker for Turing too. I think right now, there's overanalyzing going on across the board. I don't think there's anything downright ugly about today's game. Maybe maybe a moment. We'll change this. I'm learning as I go here. So the downright ugly is basically the worst possible things that could happen. The good is obviously the good things that happened, and the bad is the middle ground, right? So I think I really think the downright ugly of today's game would have to be that hit to Devin Williams' arm. If you go back and watch that replay, it did not look good, and I was panicked for a good solid few minutes, and I'm sure anyone else can echo that. That there was some panic there that we were going to lose our closer in game number 2. And who knows? He may have to rest a day, or he may go day to day post game here. I don't see any notes yet, but usually those things don't come out right away. The call up for Joey Weimer was awesome. I was really excited to see that. Again, it comes at when you look at these young guys and this core of young players that we've got, and you talk about them coming up, it's going to come at the cost of other players. I think Tyrone Taylor is going to be one of those in the next coming weeks. We're going to find out what's that's going to cost. If it's going to cost him a DFA, or if it's going to cost, if one of them is going to have to go back down. We'll see that. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's early yet, so this offense isn't going to hit their groove. No one's crushing it at this juncture, and we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm really excited to see Brewers baseball in the next few weeks here, where we go. Like I said, I get to go live Monday. If you want to come by, the Butcher and I are going to be hanging out, tailgating, maybe having a cold beverage. Not a lot, just a couple. I will be. I don't, gotta warm yourself up somehow, right? Nothing like a cold beer on a cold day. Oh no. They did the annual coffee run. They were talking about that today, the rookie coffee run in Chicago, where the rookies will walk across the street and get Starbucks. Garrett Mitchell is still part of that. That was kind of cool to hear. There was another thing Brian Anderson was talking about, and it's good to have BA on the call. I'll enjoy every game the BA calls for us, even though he has moved majorly on from being a Brewers announcer. I will still enjoy every game he calls. So the cool part was when he was talking about the youth movement, he was talking back to the Corey Hart, the Ricky Weeks, and that's kind of, if we get this vibe with this group of young players, it is going to be an amazing season. And I think Sal is the next next injury to a position player or a hitter. I think Sal is your next guy, and not that you want to. We're at that weird stage where you don't want to encourage guys to get injured or bad things to happen. But at the same time, if these guys are going to be good like this, you look at Joey Weimer, first career hit today. You look at Bryce Tring, first career hit yesterday. If these guys can hit and can play, we need them. Because the thing the Brewers have is they have their pitching. Yesterday was a well-pitched game Thursday was a well-pitched game by Corbin Burns. Little bit of screw up, but that's going to happen. You can't expect these guys to be perfect. You still got to put runs on the board. So, and Brandon looked dominant. He looked, in the zone, in control. I think, you're going to see these little hiccups and these little errors with the throws and the timing and stuff like that. And I think I saw one was charged against him. I don't remember the exact. It's a little minute thing. It's a minutia of baseball. It's going to be, I think, going forward with these new rules, we're not at a point where it's really affecting anything yet, because we're just learning it, and we're not as mad about it. I'm not mad. I mean, it's only one at the end of the day. And if it's the last one or if it's the first one, it's still the same result. The guy he knows the rule at the end of the day, right? So seeing that happen in games is not really affecting my opinion of those games. God, Freddie starts on Monday, Lauer tomorrow. Man, we are in the swing. Who we playing? Carrasco. Oh, all right. At least it's not Scherzer. I wanted to see Scherzer, but is what it is. I'm sure Scherzer goes Tuesday. Ugh, damn. One of the things I enjoy about baseball, guys, is I enjoy seeing other big pitchers and other players. It's gonna be cool to see, your Lindors, your Pete Alonsos, stuff like that. I don't know if that's how everybody enjoys it, but that's how I enjoy it. Story wise, they talked to Joey Weimer's parents, who are very proud, obviously. Wearing the Nashville gear. I love it. I love it. They didn't even have the Brewers gear. They'll get upgraded. I'm sure they will. I'm just seeing if there's a story on Devin Williams' injury. We are post game live right now, so of course there probably won't be. If you're listening to the replay of this tomorrow morning, you might see something. It was a late rally. I love late rallies because you almost feel like down and out of it. And then we're back in it. So, let's see here. No story yet. So, that being said, let's move along. I think this pace of this game was great. I mean, I kind of got up late, just nature of the beast. I do Uber till late at night. And I kind of like it. Not a Saturday, though. I'd rather watch a later game on a Saturday. That's just me. Luis Urias, hamstring. Crash course, William Contreras needed to get up to speed behind the plate. So he spent an intense 6 weeks learning everybody. He looked good up behind the plate. I mean, his talent is like getting those ones that are really out there. Brian Anderson in the game call said that that was like a home run for a catcher, and it was so true. Oop, didn't refresh my Twitter feed. The other news and notes and things I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was an incident where Anthony Rendon got into it with the with a fan post Angels victory or loss the other day, and it was bad. Don't blow up like that, man. It's gonna look bad on you. But that's just the antics. I mean, these guys are hotheads at certain times, and that was not a good look for them by any means. How's everybody feeling about this? I mean, people who are in the chat or who are live, how are you feeling about this team after watching that? I don't see anything on Twitter yet about the injury. I was just looking again to see if maybe somebody tweeted after the game. Let's check out the scores around baseball, though, huh? Talk about some other teams. MLB.com. MLB News. And that fan, let's see here, investigation into the incident. That's what they're doing. So that's the news there. I'm just trying to see if they penalized him yet. They're looking into the matter, so they haven't penalized him yet. Obviously, MLB baseball needs to get their video and see. Team's okay, wait and see. Yeah, we're at that stage. I mean, I think honestly, the Brewers, where the Brewers are, is just it's kind of you got to kind of feel it out, and that's the feeling out process. I like the rules. I'm not complaining about the rules yet. They haven't really interfered with the overall game, I don't think. Cronenworth got an extension. The Padres just spending money left and right. Randy Rosarena is warning everybody he's going to have a great season. He was a stud in the World Baseball Classic. Stud. Certified. MLB. Okay, so did you see the call against the Mets? The runner was actually the one who got the pitch infraction. It was Pete Alonso was on the base, I believe, and he got a pitch infraction. And MLB admitted that they did make the wrong call on that. So that's very good. Good stuff to see. Good stuff to see. It's good when MLB makes the right changes. I think that's huge for the game. Head on over to MLB.com and check out our scores around the league real quick. Too many new people that we have to work in yet. And that's true. It's a new team, and I was talking to my wife about this because she doesn't pay attention in spring. She doesn't care. And that's me. I'm the guy who's all involved. Obviously, this is what I do every day. But there's a lot of new faces in this team, and if you haven't deep dove like a guy like myself does every day, you don't know them yet. And it's that's the truth of the matter. You really it's getting to know them and where these players fall and who's going to be who and everything like that. I am excited for WrestleMania. I know a lot of people here may not care, but just saying, WrestleMania tonight. All right, top of ninth. Sox are losing to the Astros 6-4. Bottom four, Phillies are losing to the Rangers. Bottom five, Atlanta is beating up on the Washington Nationals. Giants are leading the Yankees 3-2 in the fourth. Angels are winning 11-0 against the A's. Let's go to that one. I want to see it. Where's the box? Oh, Urshel. That's what I was looking for. Orioles lead the Red Sox 7-5. Rhodes over Reigns. Agreed. I think it's just time. They need to get the belt off of Reigns. Reigns' story is done and over with, and move on and move to a new era of professional wrestling where, we have the belt defended more. And I don't know. I agree 100%. Pirates are losing to the Reds. Rays are winning 8-0 over Detroit. Twins are winning 1-0. Bottom four, Mets and Marlins tied. And then we got a bunch of games that start tonight. Final, Cardinals beat the Blue Jays. And that's the last one. So only 2 games have gone final. Let's look at our division real quick. Not that the standings matter on day 2 or technically day 3 of the MLB season, but we'll still talk about it in brief for a second. So Pittsburgh's 1-0, Chicago's 1-1, we're 1-1, and Cardinals are 1-1, and Cincy is 0-1. Again, doesn't matter, but the thing is right now, it's fun because it's like the beginnings. You're learning who your guys are. You're learning which players are going to do what for you this season. I think William Contreras is going to be a contributor. I think Jesse Winker is going to be a big contributor in the youth movement. And that's what we need to rely on. And if all things go right in that matter, we're going to have those predictions that I said the other day. If you haven't watched that predictions episode, go to the season preview. At the end of it, there's 23 predictions. Really good stuff. Also, the Bart Winkler episode this week was pretty good. We just kind of, me and Bart always get on and we BS and we talk a little wrestling and we talk a little bit about everything else. So, I enjoy it. I enjoy when I can talk about other stuff too, especially with baseball and everything like that. Butcher did a poetry episode that was probably one of my favorites of the week. Did Pittsburgh do anything in the offseason? Yeah, they did. They brought in McCutchen. They got Rich Hill. They add what else did they add? I just had it. Oh shoot! No, where's my book? I have it right here in this magazine. I did talk about in an earlier episode this week, kind of the additions and everything for the NL Central teams. I kind of covered it a little bit, but thank you for the question. Rich Hill, G-Man Choi, Carlos Santana, Austin Hedges, Connor Joe, Vince Velasquez, Jarwin Garcia, and Jose Hernandez, a Rule 5 pick from the Dodgers. Lost Gamble, lost Bryce Wilson, those guys to us. So the thing with their team, the thing with their team is they have these guys. They've got the Brian Reynolds, they've got O'Neill Cruz, Key Brian Hayes is really good. You add McCutchen back to a team like this where you have more offensive players than you have pitchers. Their pitchers are all basically projected to do nothing, to have losing records this year, just because they're that bad. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it could be the one day that they're on the top of the division rankings. I always enjoy that in the beginning of the year when the team holds the top of the division rankings for like a couple days, just because of the team they played. Once we get into more series later next week, we're actually going to be enjoying and talking more real about the games and what's going on. Right now it's kind of like, okay, yep, this is the beginning of baseball season, so we're kind of in that spot where it's just like, hot and cold. We're gonna be hot and cold on everything for a couple days, just like the crew with the bats. And you can't learn too much. I don't feel in these first few games there's nothing really good to learn. Just good stuff. I mean, I'm just gonna refresh the old Twitter feed and see if there's anything on Devin Williams yet. No Devin Williams news. So I am going to give my WrestleMania Night 1 picks. For any of you who do care about WrestleMania Night 1, I'm going to give some picks real quick. So let's start. I want to make sure I got all the matches right. So, all right, Night 1. Undisputed Tag Team Champions. I hope they separate these belts. I feel like the belts need to be separated. I'm just going to say that. All belts need to be separated. I am going to say that the Usos do lose. I'm going to say Rhea Ripley wins the championship because they want to make that Judgment Day faction better. I'm going to say John Cena beats Austin Theory. Logan Paul is going to get the W over Rollins. Damage Control is going to lose to Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky. Dom is going to get the victory over his father. Braun Strowman and Ricochet are going to win the match. They're really high on them, so. And I think that covers all the matches. Yeah, that's what I think. So That's my WrestleMania picks. If you care, I didn't watch today's other wrestling. I would love to do a wrestling channel, but I just don't have the energy. Cena DQ win. I like that. Keeps the belt. Makes Cena look good. Yeah, I just don't have the energy. That's a lot of work to do. Wrestling videos, Lego videos, baseball videos. I don't have the time. If I had time, I would do way more. It's just the fact of the matter. But hey, we've got a game tomorrow, guys. I will be back after tomorrow's game. It's an earlier game, so I'll probably do another live session. If you're listening to this after the fact, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Everyone who is in the live chat right now, especially you, Richard. Always good to have you guys support and come out and watch the channel. Got W. First W of the season. 1-1 on the 2023 championship season. All right, guys. Got my WrestleMania picks. Go bet on them. I don't know if you can bet on them. I don't do FanDuel or any of those things. So, and fantasy baseball, I am still losing at this juncture. So, you guys have a great rest of your day. As always, guys, go Brewers. If you want to hit the link down below, subscribe, support the channel wherever you may watch it. I appreciate it. Drop a like. We are on Rumble too, so check out Rumble channel. Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, you know the deal. If you want to go see this crew in action, use the code Miller Park Minute at SeatGeek to save $20 off your first order with SeatGeek. You can also support the channel at patreon.com/Miller Park Minute. Guys, remember to like and subscribe, and I am out for the evening. We will catch you tomorrow with another live afternoon session at some point. All right, go Brew Crew, and yeah, let's go Sami Zayn. Everybody cheer on Sami Zayn tonight. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers.